Hey, I'm Chaz. This is my brother John. We are the Fisher Brothers with Fisher Blades, and today we're sitting down with a solid friend of Fisher Blades, Mr. Allen Surls. Allen, it's on you.
How y'all doing? It's great to see you guys. Uh, like you said, I'm Allen Surls. A lot of people know me from W.A. Surls Knives. I've been making knives for about 13 years. Kind of fell into it, going through a rough time in my life and needed something to do. And always wanted a custom knife, but never could afford one. So the first thing I did was take an old kitchen knife I found laying around, reground it on an 8-inch bench grinder, hard stone pain in the ass, and took a 12-inch knife and turned it into like a two and a half inch blade. Figured out a way to put it in a piece of stag and a stupid guard, and I was like, "Damn, I made that!" And I showed a friend, and he wanted one, so forth and so on. It kind of pushed me to start chasing it. And that was about, like I said, 13 years ago, and it was definitely a life change, I guess you could say. I was in insurance prior to that. Before that was Custom Kitchens of Ass and Home Depot and stuff. But it really ignited a fire because I love making things, and kind of just took the journey from there. And got in touch with a local knife maker named Scott Davison of Solid Rock Knives. That's where I ground my first complete knife, and kind of just like jumped in. Even doing things, I'm starting off with a 1x42. And
Nice.
not knowing what else is out there until I went to Scott Davison's. I walk in the shop, go, all right,
Oh,
I'm way behind.
right.
And then after that, I started I joined the Georgia Custom Knife Makers Guild. Got to know a lot of them. Started doing learning the demos and meetings, and then I don't know, 6 or 7 months after my wife told me to quit insurance and chase this dream, I got a phone call from Andy Roy of Fiddleback Forge asking if I could come over and help one day to help sand handles because he had 2 people out sick or something like that. And then I was there for over 5 years with him. And kind of
Wow.
that had changed and evolved, and then I became one of the partners of Pop's Knife Supplies. That's where I'm at today.
Excellent. But tell us more about Pops and what that is and what you do and all that.
So the story gets kind of crazy, but long story short, we were looking for something to do still in the knife community, but for lack of better terms, be on both sides of the table. Not only makers, but providing stuff for the other makers.
Not only getting people addicted to knives, but then supplying them with knife making supplies. Yes.
Exactly.
Other people do this in some other industry. I can't think of it.
It's like I think you can find it in Baltimore, certain parts of Atlanta.
Your first knife is free.
Kind of like an insurance salesman, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's great.
But yeah, so we were first looking at buying an EDM wire machine and some mills and start fabricating different fixtures and jigs and things like that. And I think it was Joey mentioned that James Poplin, the founder of Pops, was looking to retire and sell the business. And so that kind of like light bulb. And there was our group of us that are partners now. And then there was a couple of other groups that were interested in buying Pops. And he kind of, lack of better terms, chose us. And we all, since I started making knives, all of us, except for Dirk, because, he came from South Africa, so he can order Pops before, but we all were customers of Pops, him and Miss K. And so we mentioned that we were interested and, went back and forth and got everything figured out, and he chose us to carry on his legacy. He started he doesn't know the exact year it was, but roughly 1980. And then we purchased the business in 2019. And Pop was a character, love him to death, salt of the earth. he didn't like modern things like computers. Hated computers. And God rest his soul, but the website originally, when we took it over, it looked like it was made on a Tandy 1000, like pitfall figures and things like that. You know what I mean?
That's
So
funny.
the nut and bolt of it is we took all the great things that Pop did and kept it, and then kind of modernized everything else. That's the thing is we all have our pluses to us, I guess you could say, our skills. Like my primary thing is I take care of all the finances and things like that. I do some of the product placement ordering. Joey does 90% of the ordering for the store, coming up with new products, trying to find new vendors for things. Dirk is a wizard on the computer, so he does all the graphic designs, the t-shirts, the web development. He built the whole website, all that technical stuff I can't understand. I say, hey, I got a Dirk, and let him take care of it, kind of thing. But
So how do you feel the knife making industry has changed, like since you guys bought Pops and started doing that? I mean, what have you seen with the industry?
Since we purchased Pops, the biggest thing is the cost. The material costs have gone through the roof, and
Is that only because of the cost, or that people are using so many different materials now? I mean, it used to be like what, D2, O1, like you had like 3, 4, 5 steels, maybe 3, 2, 3 handle materials other than,
Right.
the natural materials, and then pins, right? Probably not like 800 different size pins. It was just pins.
Sure.
I don't know.
And,
You tell me.
well, I mean, that's one, like, the funny thing that we talk about here with James Poplin, and one of the things he would say is like, you can have any color micarta you want as long as it's black, brown, or green. Whereas now we have, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 different variations of micarta,
Yeah.
let alone the vintage. But no, the actual like material cost, we saw the biggest jump, of course, when everything else did with COVID.
Right.
At one time we didn't even know it was coming. We had a large steel order out, and when it hit, it was a 43% increase. And we're like, hey, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? That kind of thing. But yeah, like I was gonna say, is all three of us, and plus all the employees, we're all knife makers. So we understand we got to keep that cost low. And that's something we do our very best is we're not getting rich. We like to say around here, we're still eating rice and beans every day. We try to keep our prices as low as we possibly can without starving the business, of course. We still got to, pay power bills and employees and keep our wives happy and whatnot. But the material cost is the biggest change I've seen. I think we came in after the big influx of new makers. Forged and Fire was definitely a big contributor to that.
Huge. Okay.
What other changes have you seen? So you say that you caught it kind of after the big influx of people coming into making. Obviously, there are still people coming into it, right? And
Absolutely.
and doing it. Are they different kinds of people? I mean, what are the trends that you see from your perspective at Pops?
The trends, the actual trends are, for lack of better words, trendy things. For instance, like for all the super steels. A super new one comes out, say it was Magna Cut by Dr. Larry Thomas. Just we get a whole shipment in, put it on the website, and it's gone that day. We're like, whoa. Or when Apex Ultra came in, literally we got, I don't know, it was like 500 bars, and it shipped out the same day. It's just crazy.
What's your personal belief on steels and stuff like that? What do you think?
I'm
No one's ever going to see this. Just say it.
We've got a really low audience, so I don't think you're running any risk here.
Yeah.
I'm a creature of habit. So it takes a lot for me to change any type of steels. Uh, Primarily, I focus on 2 steels personally for my knives. 1085 round bar because you can forge integrals. I'm really big into the integrals right now. And then 80 CRV2. Even though we had, like, for instance, 8670 is the Pop's Choice in-house carbon steel. It's a super steel, comes in condition, ready to work, easy to work, great for the
Dude,
beginner, great for the advanced.
I got to tell you, 86, other than the sustainability, I love 8670. I
It's
mean,
a
it
great
is,
steel.
you can make a great knife, have a great edge. You can make it hard-ish, but still sharpen just like nothing. Like, I mean, compared to a lot of other steels. I mean, your
Absolutely.
8670 is unbelievably great steel.
Joey will leave a kitchen knife at 61, 62, 63 Rockwell, and it just performs excellent. But the reason,
Alan,
Okay.
how much time do you put in now to making knives? Do you have enough time to do it?
I don't make near the knives that I used to. 1 out of choice and 2 out of time. Pops is definitely our main focus. Continue to make it grow, keep employees growing. I would say now I might make between 10 and 20 knives a month.
What sort of knives are they?
I got some floating
Like-
around I could get. We're like,
Yeah, I want to check it out.
Like bone handles and
that's a kitchen knife.
Oh, sweet.
oh, sweet, man.
That looks really nice.
1085 integral with vintage micarta rod there.
Sweet.
Simple basic stuff.
Yeah, nice.
Very nice.
Continuous curve on that edge.
But I do a lot of frontier style materials. Here's an older example of one of my knives.
I wish I had.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sweet.
that's
This copper and rawhide wrap I learned from John Cohey. He was another mentor of mine. I just love the frontier, more rustic style. And this one doesn't have the antiquing on it, but when I antique it, it almost looks like it's been buried in the soil for 100 years, dug up, and then freshened up a little bit, so it's not brown rust, but it's all cleaned up. You can see the pits and the character. Never the same.
Yeah.
Something different. It's all across the board. And that's really one of the neat things about being around Pops is we have such a huge diversity of customers, and they're not all necessarily knife makers either. We have people that make spurs. We have some woodworkers that come for certain abrasives. That's one of the things I do for fun too, is make cutting boards, or just made a stand-up desk for my wife to put in our window in our kitchen. Kind of like you used to do, Fish, was play with wood, make sawdust. And that's why I do it now, is so when I go home, I still want to be creative. It's something besides knives. I love knives to death, but 24/7, you're like, okay, I need something else to do. And I don't coach baseball anymore.
Yeah.
So I had to have another outlet.
What
I
are
don't know.
what are you carrying right now, Alan?
Right now, you're gonna laugh. It's a Civivi that takes
right? Isn't it? It's so funny. Like, of all the knives you have or could make, that's what's in your pocket.
Well, the main reason I carry this is for opening boxes and things at Pops. I don't have to sit there and maintain my regular blade. I mean, I do have that in my pocket too.
I love
Kind of a
those
flat
that that you made.
Little Barlow.
Oh, that's cool.
That me and Dirk made together. We made a bunch of it's called Sarsaparilla knife and tool. Just a simple Barlow.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Slip
I
joint.
just happened to put it in my pocket today.
Yeah.
How many knives do you have, do you think, in your collection?
Honestly, not as many as I used to. Probably 35, 40, something like that.
Oh, dude, I'm surprised. That's a pittance.
Yeah.
Come on. Well, I mean, I guess there are other priorities like high-end hand planes and stuff like that that sometimes take precedent. I had to do it, man. I think it's so beautiful. I'm just jealous.
I finally broke down and got that Lee Nielsen. Yep. I can't wait to use it tonight. It's beautiful.
That's a beautiful tool. I mean, it is really, it's worth it.
But
what was the first knife you ever got as a kid? Do you remember it?
It was a Schrade. I don't remember the model number. It was their small little lockback with stag handles.
How long did it take you to cut yourself with it?
Actually, a while.
Oh, really? Ah.
Yeah.
My dad was a very good teacher, and went through the full paces on how to properly open a knife and take care of a knife and close a knife and things like that.
Keep it sharp.
My brother, keep it sharp. Yep. My brother's 3 years younger than me. I think he cut himself in the first 5 minutes. We're very similar, but very different. I'm sure y'all can kind of relate to some of that.
Yeah.
We're the same.
But
same and different.
I always grew up with, some kind of knife was always around. Never was a custom, but people would say to my dad, "Hey, you got a knife on you?" And his answer always was, "I got my pants on, don't I?" He always had a pocket knife. Same with my grandfather. I still have my grandfather's Barlow that he carried forever.
Alan, do you have a favorite edge you like to put on your knives?
Now, you talking about the primary bevel or the actual edge bevel?
Either and both.
I'm talking about edge bevel.
Yeah, edge bevel I'll do convex because I'm using the rotary platen. So it's got a little bit of give in it. And most of that's just because I get so much more control with a little bit of give on the rotary platen for the edge. And I can see that burr so much easier than trying to do it on a flat grinder.
All right. You got a shop. What are you making in your shop?
So doing a lot of cutting boards as of late. Just kind of fun, mixing up the colors and the woods and things like that. I think I mentioned earlier, I just got done making a stand-up small desk for my wife when she's working at home, and she can. Right now, I'm making a tool cabinet, a hand tool cabinet with the big fold opening doors that have tools in the doors, and then the main thing. But I also made it more like a traditional, like 1940s secretary, where it has the slant front that's going to fold out, and then it's got drawers down below it. It'll still go on top of my workbench instead of being a wall hanger, but doesn't have like legs or anything like that. But it's the same concept.
And is this stuff you're making for you and your family and friends, or is it stuff that you're going to be selling?
He's been
The
selling
cutting boards I'm selling, and the charcuterie boards. I have a plethora of ideas of things I want to make along those lines. And part of it is, one, my dad was a woodworker, and I learned a lot from him. So I'm trying to rekindle some of those old thoughts and emotions. And I do definitely want to expand and make some other products for other people. In fact, I had to start a whole new Instagram account so that I could put all the woodworking stuff on there and other crafts I do, whether it's making steak flippers or meat forks or whatever, because I got so damn tired of being shadow banned for my knife account. It's insane, nonstop. Oh, if you're not a follower, they can't see this. Well, this goes against our policies. No, it doesn't. This is not alcohol. This is not tobacco. This is not drugs. Even talked to one of them. They said, "Oh yeah, that's fine. Then stop banning me."
Do you guys run into shadow banning with pops?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I
They
figured.
flagged us for profiles, like just a standard profile. It's not even a finished knife. Doesn't have handles. Doesn't have bevels. Doesn't have anything. Nope, got flagged.
Wow.
And I've heard now
it's getting bad. It's at some point something's going to have to happen because we simply can't just eliminate knives from. I mean, where are they going to stop showing knives on television shows?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a weapon. That's a weapon. That's a weapon. No, it's not. It is not a weapon until it's used as a weapon. Because next, are you going to tell me you're going to ban this?
That's a weapon. That's right. Yeah. That it could very easily be a weapon.
That's a weapon.
I can make that a weapon.
Take your eye out.
Your car, baseball bats, 2x4s, screwdrivers,
Yeah.
hammers.
Sense of humor. I mean, where does it stop?
He kills. You've seen him in a wig.
That sounded so wrong.
That did sound wrong. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
It was intended to be wrong.
Tell us a little bit more too about like what Pops has in store for the future. What are your plans for the business? You know,
So, I mean, the education thing, that's one nice thing that we have, I guess, as an advantage. One, all three owners are professional knife makers. All the employees, professional knife makers.
and you're in Georgia where you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a knife maker. I mean, there are a lot of knife makers in Georgia.
Right.
There are a lot.
There's quite a few. So when you call, if you have a question, we'll find the answer between the group of us, right? Because we all have our own specialties. But we're starting to expand out a little bit. Recently, we partnered up with Goat and Hammer. It's Mark Hopper and Jessica Collins. They're both amazing bladesmiths. Mark Hopper is a master blacksmith. He does a lot of architectural style blacksmith stuff too. They've been doing classes for years. Now they're actually once a month teaching classes out of our facility because we expanded.
Oh, you guys are doing it there at Pops.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, cool. That's
And,
once a month?
Once a month, yep. And it's on our website. You can sign up for it. Right now, most of the classes are just railroad spike knives. I mean, are they the greatest knives in the world? No. Does it teach you how to use a hammer and the progress and preforms and things like that? Absolutely. And you get to take it home with you. Like next month, I guess it was after Mother's Day, whatever dates those are, Niels Vandenberg, Master Smith out of South Africa, is coming to spend a month with us, and he'll be teaching classes out of here. And we're slowly adding new guest knife makers to do any type of classes out of here. Once we get a couple more things in place as far as the operations of this building, then the three of us, me, Dirk, and Joey, will start doing classes also. You know, stock removal, hidden tangs, dagger grinds, things like that.
I think I might have to sign up.
Come on, you know you got a place to stay.
I can always use like some extra help, man, especially from the three of you guys. Unbelievable. I can't say enough about the three of you. Not only at your skill, but your willingness to teach. I mean, again, so I was so fortunate to have the four of you, but and I mean, gave away almost all of your secrets. You know, not everyone, but very generous with your tricks that take years to learn, and you just give them away for free. It's really a beautiful thing, man.
Well, and a lot of that stems from the community itself. That was given to me as opportunities from other knife makers in the area, the willingness to teach. And that's one of the greatest things about the whole knife making communities. It's not like some of those different artisan groups that, oh, no, I'm not giving you any tips or secrets or things like that. No, most of your knife makers are open books. Like you said, maybe there's one little thing that we keep to ourselves. Each person.
One or two little hard-earned things that they keep. Yeah.
Sure, which is fine. But overall, you know, if you called up Bob Smith, TJ, Tom, Steve, Linda, whoever, and you ask them a question, they're going to give you the answer, unless it's that little thing.
You know, that's one of the reasons why there's so many great knife makers out there, because like people aren't hoarding the knowledge. They're giving it away. The new people get really good. And then the people who've been making knives, they sort of have to keep raising their bar. And now I mean, it's a golden era for like small maker knives. That's a whole nother thing, the pricing of knives. And
that's a 2-day conversation right there.
That is a long conversation, and hard to have that conversation. At least it would be for me, without maybe bad mouthing a few knife makers that won't raise their prices and kind of keep a lot of people stuck. no matter what their quality is. But again, that's a long subject, and no names will be mentioned.
Well, I won't mention a name, but I'm going to show you something just off of that little conversation there. One of our customers comes in here all the time. Love the guy to death, but we cannot convince him to raise the prices on his knives, no matter what. Okay. Is it, top tier? No. Is it bottom tier? Absolutely not. But to give you an idea, that knife right there, okay? That one happens to be have a Nicholson file. It's got brass guard and some type of burl spacer, nice piece of stag, mirror polished, right? What do you think he sells that for?
I mean, I know what he should sell it for. I mean, not being able to inspect it in person,
Sure.
but I would say, I mean, a minimum of probably $500. Minimum.
Chaz,
Gotta
what do you
be.
think?
Yeah,
Ballpark.
$500.
You'll buy it? $25.
You're kidding me.
$25.
I mean, that's when you need to call like a psychiatrist, right? I mean, there's something wrong. I mean, you can't be making money.
He says that's all his dealer will buy them for. I'm like, dude, I mean, I've tried to, especially Joey. Joey's probably bought, I don't know, 20, 30 of them. Think about figuring out a way
At
to
that
buy
price, why not?
I don't know. I think
I kind of want to figure out a way to buy them and then sell them for $150, and then one day surprise them with like a stack of cash or something, and just
see, that's really sad to me. I mean, he's got just the polishing alone must be. I mean,
yeah, that's worth more than $25. That's worth.
Well, the materials alone are worth more than $25.
Exactly.
Even if they were just like you just threw them on the table, like $25, and I would still take it. I'd be like, boy, that's cheap.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, a knife maker who's making good knives, what should their hourly rate be? $100 an hour? That seems reasonable. 150? And I mean, if I charge 100 or 150 for one of my knives, it'd be a $10,000 knife. I spend a ton of way too much time on my knives, or I did when I made them.
So we're going down this 2-day adventure here.
My big thing, and there's a lot of chatter last year about it at Blade Show, are there a couple makers that are sort of, I mean, their knives are good. They're very well established, and their knives are very cheap. And it makes it really hard for unknown makers who are making good knives, as good or better, to charge $400 or $500 for a 6, 7, 9-inch chef's knife. I mean, how can it be? And so it really does hamstring or limit the small makers quite a bit.
Absolutely.
And I don't know how these guys could probably charge $200 more per blade and not lose any business, but they won't do it. Just like the example you said that he's just sticking with $25. That's it. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about with Pops? Anything upcoming?
I mean, the biggest thing is a lot of people know us for our vintage micarta. We are pretty good purveyors at getting vintage micarta. We are trying to expand as much as we can on offering more services and classes and things like that. We're looking into some lasers right now. We actually purchased one laser already so we can do engraving with it in the steel. But we're also looking at trying to offer more products that we can make somewhat in-house. We have expanded our profiles. So you can buy, for instance, this one I showed earlier, this best pocket buoy. This one's out of 536 and 1084. Well, it's available on the website. You can buy it as the template, or you can go ahead and grind it. It's up to you. This one happened to be designed by Paul Levitard. We're going to see him this weekend. But there's a lot of my models up there, like Joey's models, Dirk's, So we're always expanding that so you can get into a blade, have the pattern, and move forward from there. Like I was saying, we're trying to expand and have more makers actually come to our shop and do classes. One, so that, of course, all the materials here so you can use it, but also so that, say the guy's based out of Spokane, Washington, or in Montana. A lot of people can't travel all the way out there, especially 5 or 6 people at one time. Whereas if you came taught a class, boom, we can do that. And we want to keep just doing everything we can do to help the community. We're all in this together. People joke with us sometimes. I bet y'all can't stand Jants. Quite the opposite. We love them. We're all in this together. I mean, to give you an idea, at Blade Show, Texas, one of the nights, it was the Pops crew and the Jants crew all went out to dinner. We had a blast. We're all in it together. I mean, you can't say it enough. That's because that's the type of community this is.
Well, as a longtime Pops customer, I've been a customer about as long as you've had it, probably exactly as long as you've had it. I mean, you and Dusty and Dirk and Joey have helped me out with like special order stuff. Remember that if they don't have it in stock, give them a call, because they bring in special orders for me all the time, and they'll find it and get a good price for you. We've been really happy with Pops, and we tell everybody that's the first place to go. If you're wanting to make a knife, give them a call. They'll get you going from being a complete neophyte, not knowing anything, to even if you're an old dog and you think you know all the tricks.
Right.
So no, and
Well,
Pops has been very, very good to Fisher Blades and to me. So we thank Pops, and we wholeheartedly endorse Pops. So
100%.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. And like you're saying, call up, and we can special order something for you, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you've come across something that's awesome, let us know too. As much as we work to try to find new products and what's good and what's not good, because we test everything we sell. If we don't like it, we don't sell it.
Nice.
Yeah, not necessarily on like a personal level of liking, because I might not like the red with the black and green color combination, whatever. Just
preference. The difference between good and bad and preferences, right? Like we all have preferences, even though it might be a great knife, just doesn't work for one person or another. Yeah.
Sure. Right. And we're always looking to expand. We just added Howard's wax to our product line. I think you've used it before, but it's the feed and wax and cutting board oil and all that. That just literally arrived today. So we're just constantly adding stuff. A lot of people always ask, "Hey, can I get a catalog?" No. One, they're very cost prohibitive, and we're trying to keep prices down. But two, 99% of the time, by the time we would send the email with the layout, the next day we've already added 10 more products, and it's already out of date. Let alone by the time it got to print, mailed to you through snail mail and at your house, everything's out of date. Not to mention the way the prices are.
So the best way is for them to either call or, I guess, email you questions and just get information. And that's what I've done. I just pick up the phone, usually end up with Dusty with most stuff, and he's great. So yeah, everybody out there, just if you have questions or anything, they're a great place to start. And Allen loves calls late at night. I will be putting his number right here. Call him anytime with any problem you have. This has been a great conversation, man. Can't wait to see you at Blade Show, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again soon, or getting Dirk and Joey on this deal and talking to them. So thank you, Allen, so much for this and for all your
I appreciate
help
the invite
to me personally over the years, man. All right, man. Well, look, great talking to you. Thanks, everybody. Fisher Blades out.
Yep.
I'll be good.
Yep. You too.